What's up, everybody? This is Dr. J. Phoenix Singh coming at you to be able to answer a valued viewer's question. Today's question comes from Pedro. Pedro, thank you so much, mate, for your comment, for your question. Really appreciate you, and I appreciate the support. Before I give you guys the answer to the question, do me a big favor and just smash that like button, the little thumbs up button. It's free for you to be able to do. It helps the channel out a ton, and it's the best way to kind of compensate me for my time, quote, quote. And it's not financial compensation. It literally just helps the channel to be able to grow, and it gets our content in front of more eyeballs, so I really appreciate it. If you do like the channel, make sure to be able to subscribe and also share the content with your friends, with your colleagues, and with your students. So here's the question from Pedro today. Pedro left this comment on a video that we have that is called What is a Meta-Analysis? I love me some meta-analyses, so go check that video out if you haven't seen it already, okay? So here we go. Here's the question. Been loving your content, Dr. Singh. Thank you, Pedro. Can you do an episode on, quote, preprints? I'm working on my first systematic review. Congratulations. That's great, Pedro. And was wondering if there is a cost to preprint and where to preprint things. All right. Great question. Now, a lot of viewers, Pedro, probably don't know what a preprint is, okay? So to anybody out there who's not familiar with a preprint, this is something that largely has to do with open science. If you don't know what open science is, you know, I've got at least one video on open access paradigms. Open science is essentially an entirely new approach to scholastic publishing. And there's 5 main schools of open science. If you're interested in comprehensively learning about this, take a look at we're launching in January of 2021, so if it's after January 2021, you're watching this video, you'll be able to watch a full comprehensive module, online on-demand course that I have created that is all about best practices in open science in academia at Publication Academy, which is at www.publicationacademy.com. Not available yet. It'll be launching in January, and it's going to be great. I hope you check it out. But the basic idea behind preprints is that what you're essentially looking to do is to take your PDF of the manuscript, sometimes it's even a Word document of the manuscript, and quote unquote deposit it into a so-called preprint repository. This is usually done before you submit a manuscript for consideration in a formal peer-reviewed publication, right? It could be an edited book chapter, it could be it could be anything technically, but it could also be for consideration in a peer-reviewed journal, all right? The major benefit of doing this, it's like, why would you do that? Well, the big reason you would do it is because usually it allows for something that we call open review. And the idea behind open review is anybody and their mother could basically go online to one of these repositories, download Pedro's paper, his manuscript, read it, and provide comments, hopefully constructive comments. You guys know as well as I do, somebody's always got to be a dick, right? But always constructive where you can be. Comments, and that basically is going to help you to polish your manuscript and improve its chances for eventual publication. Okay, so that's the idea there. Are there some downsides of preprinting? Absolutely, because even though people want to say that they don't care if they're, let's say, editor-in-chief, associate editor, or editorial board member of a peer-reviewed journal, even though they usually will say, oh yeah, of course, preprint's not a big deal. When anonymous surveys have been done, approximately 1 in 3 to 1 in 4 editors-in-chief or associate editors of peer-reviewed journals do say that they have some kind of bias against things that have already appeared in print somewhere else, including in a preprint form. So you should just know about that because, you know, per usual, my job is to be transparent and to be able to tell you guys the truth when it comes to scholarship and academia. That's why you guys watch this channel. It's not for me to BS you and give you kind of, you know, fairy tale things, okay? It's to tell you how stuff actually is. So that's an important thing to be able to know. So is there a cost to preprint? Pedro, if anybody's trying to charge you anything to preprint, please, my friend, do not do that. You should not. This is open science. The whole idea behind open science is that you shouldn't have to pay, right? So no. Don't do it, right? If it is the case, Pedro, you can comment in this video. If you find a place that is trying to charge you some money that you think may be legitimate and that you want to prioritize as your #1 choice of a repository, you go ahead, you link it below, I'll take a look for you, okay? I'm just going to do that for Pedro. Everybody else, just book a session with me. Okay? So that's the thing there. The second thing that I want to say on this is when it comes to where do you find places to preprint, where you find these repositories. There is an outstanding organization, right, called the Center for Open Science, which ironically is within driving distance from me, which I had no idea. I've been following this group for years and years. They're exceptional and truly have their fingers on the pulse. Check out all their resources. Also, check out Open Door. Open, O-P-E-N, Door, D-O-A-R, okay? It's a directory of open access repositories. It's a free search engine online that you can utilize, and you can find a repository that really specializes in your field, Pedro, okay? So that's the answer to that question. Thank you so much for asking it. Make sure to comment below, especially if you enjoyed this video. Helps the algorithm if everybody engages, hits that like. We always, for some reason, have one person who dislikes every video for some reason. I'm confident it's one of my exes or something. I have no idea, right? Which would be hilarious. But in any case, please, however you want to engage with the video, engage with it. I would love to be able to hear from you. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great day. Peace.